Good morning and happy Friday. I'm Marta Nielsen with Utah State University Extension, and I'm excited to introduce someone new to you today. I have Kari Ure from, I'll let Kari introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what she does with Extension. Kari, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Kari Ure, like Marta said, and I am located in Sevier County Extension Office, which is in Richfield, and it covers all of Sevier County up north to south, and it goes up to Redmond and down to Sevier is the city. I work in home and community programs, and I'm originally from Cache Valley, but have relocated down here for this position.
Oh, that's great. Tell me, what is it like living in Sevier? Do you like it? Is it a big change from living in Cache Valley?
So I grew up in Cache Valley quite a few years ago, and it was smaller then, and I miss that small rural atmosphere. So I love Sevier County. I love the small town and the openness of the fields and the rural living.
That's great. It sounds like you found a good fit. Um, Tell me a little bit about your background, like what you studied in school leading up to where you are now with the extension.
Okay, so when I first went to college, I actually graduated with my bachelor's degree in health and wellness promotion and a business minor. At that time, I thought that I would do some health promotion, and the job I was looking for and into required a language skill that I didn't have. So I took a different route for about 15 years and had started a Master's of Education program at Weber State University when I was looking for some career exploration and found extension. So I found it a little bit later, but when I found it, I realized that it went perfectly with my bachelor's degree, perfectly with what I wanted to do. A lot of my health and wellness jobs that were open to me when I graduated were more personal trainers, things like that, that I wasn't as interested in as just the community education that extension is.
Oh, that's great. Um, so what kind of drew you to, that health and wellness field?
So I love how we all have decisions to make and that we get to choose those actions every day. And it's a tricky thing because health and wellness decisions, when we think about them logically, are so easy, so simple, but it's really the small things that make the difference. And knowing that it's so important in the long term, because like I say, we can think of exercise, we can think of nutrition, we can think of mental health, and it's easy day to day to be like, oh, those are just small things, but it's really not that common for people to forget day to day and be consistent in those. So I love researching it. I love seeing cause and effect and finding ways that sometimes are so simple, with changing eating, changing exercise, and they're simple, but you have to do them consistently. So that discipline and that even the psychology behind making improvements in life and the
Yeah.
motivation behind behavior change.
Oh, that's great. Um, so tell me a little bit more about working in Sevier. Um, Kind of the maybe some of the problems that you're working to help people with, or just things that are going on in your county.
So I've been here about a year, and one of the first things I did when I came was do a formal needs assessment. And this was crucial to see what the needs were, what the perspectives were, and to also really get to know my community. Because as I asked, I reached out to, we had about 240 people complete a survey, which is a lot of people in a county of 21,000 when you're asking people to do a survey. And it was specific to people who served others. So we went to educators, we went to physicians, mental health counselors, um, city employees, county employees, religious leaders. And so anybody that we felt knew those needs, we asked. And so the needs that came up were mental health and that health and wellness that they were concerned about. Housing was a big thing, just like everywhere. But it was refreshing and exciting to see that that many people cared to give their opinion and share what they had to share.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I'm sure, that can really impact and influence the programming that you do going forward. And I love that Extension does that. It's something that I've heard a few different Extension agents say, I started in this new, we did a needs assessment, and I just love that Extension is listening to people in the community for what they need. Sharon says hello. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining us this morning. If you have other questions for Kari, please put them in the comments. We'll just keep rolling through. What's your favorite part about your job with Extension?
Really like the mission of Extension, how we can take research-based programs and help individuals and families and communities, and how that all fits together, and that it's accessible for the common resident, because that's who I am. And so there's not a lot of money that people need. The programs are accessible, the research is there, and if we don't know the answer in our county, we can go to another county and we find the answer. And so that accessibility to build individuals, families, and communities.
Oh, I love that. Tell me about some of the current programs or things that you have going on right now, and what you're helping people with in Sevier.
Okay, so I'm a member of coalitions and committees, and I have loved the community support that we have felt, and the community coming together. So we have a community garden that we're starting next to our food pantry. It's called Central Utah Food Sharing. And a lot of times with food pantry, people have access to, processed foods. They have to have a shelf life. And so this community garden next door is going to fill the need of fresh vegetables and getting those fruits and vegetables to people. Eventually, we hope to put some trees in. We are just getting the boxes for all the vegetables now, and we have opened up donations to businesses or individuals. We've had a few in memory or in tribute of donations, but we thought about businesses mostly. They get a plaque on the box when they donate it saying who it was donated by. And then they're not responsible. Like, it is a donation. Once they donate it, we take care of it. We use it to grow food for people. And whether it's people that are coming to the food sharing to pick up their food there and can go get fresh foods, or the community members, it's going to be open. And this is our first year, so it's still coming together, and it's a work in progress, and hopefully we'll grow every year. But it's been fun, and it's been amazing to see the donations and the people helping, both time and financial help and in-kind donations. So that's a huge thing with our Create Better Health program, is getting that nutrition to the people. And Create Better Health is based on helping those in need, those who qualify in income limits. And so that's a big thing that we're doing. Along with that, we are doing a physical aspect. This summer, we're having a battle or challenge. I don't know if I can use the word battle yet, because that might be too aggressive, but we have 5 elementary schools, and the district has been very supportive of a physical activity program to where we'll join summer lunches and do physical activities with the kids. They log their miles in minutes of physical activity. So any physical activity counts. They just put in the minutes, whether it's basketball, running, jumping, swimming, anything. They count the minutes, they put it in, they get their miles. We see how many marathons they can get through the summer. And just this morning, our local swimming pool donated prizes to where if they get a certain amount, which we're still determining, they'll get a day pass, and the pool just is giving that prize. And so there's so many people supporting it, and that physical activity, working with the Create Better Health program, that physical activity, the nutrition with the garden. As far as home and community, we are also starting a mental health program based on the needs assessment. That's our response to the needs assessment, is realizing that we can do that. We got a grant, a seed grant, and we're working with about 6 other counties to collaborate, use our expertise together, and come up with a good mental health program for our county. We also are doing some finance education and providing that with helping people save, get debt paid off, especially with inflation. That's been a big thing. So I go around to different groups and present that to youth and adult. And all of it kind of works together to build relationships. And that was another thing that came back in the needs assessment, was building family relationships, building friend relationships, We hear a lot about like the respect and bullying, but we're building those relationships and helping those be stronger so that people are living healthier lives. We're on the brink of getting some money for some family fun kits that we'll send home with summer lunch through the summer too. I think we have a pretty good chance of getting some funding for that right now. But
That's great.
that will be a few packets that we send home with kids from summer lunch that are family activities that they can do at home. And one of them being a meal that they will cook together and eat together, because that's a huge aspect and a huge increase in family relationships, the number of times that families eat together a week.
Right. Family mealtime.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I put the link in the comments for the donation page if you're interested in making a donation to the new community garden that Kari is working on. You can follow that link and donate there. Let's see. I also have a link for Create Better Health, which Kari, you mentioned that program is specifically designed for people who are lower income using SNAP benefits, right?
Yes, so it is SNAP education, but there's a lot of qualifications that somebody may not be specifically receiving those benefits, but still qualify. And that's what allows us to go into like our schools and things because of the qualifications of those income levels and the free lunch
Right.
benefits, things like that.
The thing I love about it though is it's really amazing information for anyone, because the kind of the goal of Create Better Health is like healthy, affordable food, right?
Yeah.
Which that's good for everyone. So that information is there for anyone who is interested. There's so many recipes and ideas and things on that website. So I shared that in the comments as well. Okay, I'm going to ask you one last question. If folks are in your county and they are interested in getting involved with your new community garden, how can they volunteer? How can they get involved?
So they can contact me. When we get to a point where we're having like large scale, we're taking kind of ownership of the outdoor of the property. And so we want to really make it clean and weeding, and we might do some like rock paths that have painted rocks, flowers. We've seen some of those, just little things around the property to just make it a nice space that even if somebody just wants to go spend the afternoon and sit there, it's enjoyable and that positive energy and that good outdoor air. But to create all those things, we will advertise when we have larger gatherings, but on an individual scale, we'll always give somebody a job, and they can contact me at my email address or call me. Do you want me to say what that is, or do you want to put that?
Sure. You say it and I'll type it.
Okay, so it's just my name, Kari .ure at usu.edu. Or I'll give you the number that people can text or call. It's 435-757-3891.
757-3891. Okay, that tested my listening skills.
Say that was yeah, so they can just contact me. If they contact me, I will always let them know when the next gathering is in groups. But like I say, right now they can go down and just gather rocks off the property. We have a lot of rock parties that we enjoy there, and it's always a good party time to do a rock party and just cleaning up the area. We had somebody donate some tractor work this week that was very much appreciated. And we've set the boxes. We're just going to get some soil in now and plant and get some drip line.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. So Kari's contact information is there in the comments, as well as that link to donate to the garden. You don't have to live in Sevier to donate and help make that, fresh, healthy produce available to folks who really need it. So I think that's such an exciting project, and I'll try and get in the comments and share some pictures of, the boxes and the things that they've already put in. Kari, thank you so much. I loved learning about some of these projects that you have going and kind of what led you to your path with Extension. It's been great to get to know you a little better.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
And I hope you all have a good rest of your Friday, and we'll see you next time.